what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got an NBA Cup slate today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We've been enjoying this all season. Unfortunately, it is coming to an end pretty soon, but we're down to just 4 teams, so we should have really good basketball tonight. Before we get into our picks for this video, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they'll double your first deposit. Like whatever you put on, they'll match it all the way up to 100. So if you go for the full 100, you'll get $200 to play with. Just use our code and they'll hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we're running several different types of shows. This is our daily show. We do this Monday through Friday. This is our video where we provide options once the board is fully populated, and we also have a late night show when they're just beginning to put picks on the board. A lot of times we find really good value that ends up getting removed the next day or gets bumped up like a point and a half. Sometimes we've seen it go all the way up to 2 points. So we got kind of like a late night value show, and then we have a daily show. And we're going to be adding more content soon. I know I keep saying that, but we're just kind of like working out the details, but we're going to be getting into some other types of platforms and whatnot. Excited to launch that soon. All right, so we don't have anything to recap yet because the games haven't started, but let's look at the over-unders for both of these games real quick. We've got the Pacers and the Bucks starting at around 5 p.m. Eastern. And that game should be fireworks. Like we've got a 257 over-under with the Bucks favored by just 5 points. Both of these teams are playing great, very high-powered offenses. It should be a blast. We're looking for value in that game. And then the late night game around 9 p.m. Eastern has a little bit lower of an over-under, but still pretty high in general. We got 230.5 over-under, and only a 2-point advantage to the Lakers. And again, both of these teams, the Pelicans and the Lakers, have been playing just really fun basketball when the refs aren't making terrible calls in Lakers games, which we might see. You never know. I'm still a little bit salty about that call, the timeout call they gave LeBron. Anyways, we'll keep moving on. Let's get into the picks. I've got 2 assist props that I'm excited about today. And I had mentioned in last night's video that we had some we were waiting on. My first one is going to be one that actually my second one's going to be one that I was waiting on. But my first pick, I'm going to be going with D'Angelo Russell for the Lakers. I like him to go over 6.5. Over 6 assists. I like this as a safe play. I think that we have a really good chance to have the worst case scenario be just a push. But he's hit this obviously in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I'm going to be taking the over here. And if we look at what he's been doing over those last 5 games, he's averaging about 28.3 minutes per game. And he's been racking up 7.6 assists per game. And his most recent outing against Phoenix was one of his lower outings, and he still hit 5. But beyond that, he hasn't even hit 6. It's been over 6 the previous 4. And if we look at the matchup, we've got like a juicy matchup for him. So the Pelicans are allowing to point guards 7.7 assists per game. This is a minus 140 to go over 5.5. So we have a minus 140 chance to push. So I like him to go well over this. The Pelicans are actually 24th in the league in assists allowed. And like I had mentioned, he'd hit this in 4 out of his last 5 games. So he's in rhythm right now. So I'm going to be taking him for 6 or more assists. And then my other assist prop, we're going to go back to Giannis, who's just been Mr. Consistent for us. He was consistent before because the line was lower. The only reason it looks like he hasn't been hitting is because they bumped up his line because he's been hitting 5 just consistently, and it sat at 5 for so long. But if you notice his last 2 games, it's just been awesome. He's gotten double-digit assists against 2 really solid defenses. We were a little bit, hesitating against New York, but we rolled with it, and he ended up going all the way to 10 on that. So when we talk about the Pacers in this early window game, and Giannis is a small forward for the Bucks, obviously, but I like him for more. But when we talk about the Pacers are actually allowing actually they're 21st in assists allowed specifically to small forwards. So they're not matching up well against small forwards. And if we look at what Giannis is doing, and who is probably the most insane small forward in the game, he's always getting his minutes. You're not going to not have the guy on the court. We've got 37 and a half minutes on average, and he's averaging 7.2 assists per game. And again, back-to-back games with double-digit assists. So we love that. And then if we look at this matchup, Indiana's allowing 4.6 assists per game to small forwards, but that number is a little bit skewed because you don't typically run into a small forward like Giannis. Like those are the outliers, like a LeBron James, just these physical guys that actually are facilitators and have the ball in their hands most of the time. So we love the matchup with them being 21st in assists allowed to small forwards. So these are the two that I'm going to be rolling with confidence. Giannis has hit this in 6 out of his last 10 games, and this is a minus 150 to go over 5.5. So again, we have great odds pushing the juice to the push or higher for those. And those are the two I'm rolling with for the Daily Show. What do you got for us, Jordy?
Yeah, so to get me started, I'm going to be going with a points and assist prop here. And I'm going to be going back to Obi Toppin. Jalen Smith is still out, so he's been getting a lot more playing time since then. And, they like this guy a lot, and he's playing pretty well right now. He's gone over this in 7 out of his last 10 games, and this is a minus 130 to go over. He's got a pretty tough matchup ahead of him, but he's been playing well against people that you would think he, would have a hard time against. So if we look at his last couple games here, he put up 20 points against Miami and 25 against them the game before that. And he put up 16 on Toronto, which is pretty tough. And he went for double-digit scoring against Philly also in 2 different games. So he's been playing pretty well. And since Jalen Smith has been down, they've been giving him about 35 minutes a game. So I like him to go over this. I think it's pretty low for the magnitude of this game. This is going to be a very high-paced, high-scoring game. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for assists and points for this guy. So for him to go over 13.5 when he's already been doing this, I just think it's a pretty no-brainer one for me. This game, it is a cup game, so they're going to be very high-scoring and very serious games for these guys. So I like him to go over this. And then for my next pick, I'm going back to my man Valanciunas. This guy has hit for me so many times that it's hard for me to turn a blind eye to him right now. He's gone over this in 5 out of his last 5 and 8 out of his last 10 games. This is a minus 135 to go over with BetMGM and a minus 125 with DK and Caesars. They're going to need him. And ever since they've been playing these cup games, he's been getting way more minutes. Usually he's on these weird minute spreads where they just like to go small and, they're giving him like 26, 25 minutes. But when they've been playing in these cup games, they're giving him almost 32 minutes a game. So I like him to go over this. I think they're going to need his size tonight with AD and all these guys. So I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup for him. If we look at what the Lakers are giving up to centers, let's see here. They're giving up 21.5 points. So plenty of points for him to get this done. And he's so good at like the little pump fake and then dunking it after. And he draws a lot of contact. He shoots quite a bit of free throws, and he's a great free throw shooter as well. As you can see, he's averaging about 4.4 free throw attempts per game, and he's shooting 81%. So that's really good. So I'd like him to go over this. I think this is a pretty good matchup for him. And that's what I'm rolling with, man.
Yeah, man, I love that Obi Toppin pick.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Daniel Gafford, but I think a little more talented, a little more versatile, and he's definitely much more athletic than Miles Turner. Who Miles is like a good scorer, but a little bit of a liability. But I do love that pick. And the Pacers they've been all season, they're number 1 in points scored. Sounds like I've got some landscapers outside right now. I don't know if you can hear
right
that.
on cue.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, we're really excited. We're always pumped when it's a. I think I got like right by my window. We're always excited though when it's NBA Cup, because of just the way that the teams have bought into this. It's unbelievable. Can you hear that?
Not too bad. You're
Okay.
way louder.
Well, anyways, we are excited about the NBA Cup games. It's been a huge success, and it's always fun when we've been spoiled because on Monday we had NBA Cup and football. Now tonight we have NBA Cup and football. So a lot of value to mix and match your slips. We hope you guys have a great night. We're looking forward to Flex Friday tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. So just enjoy the games, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.